Previously on the Lion FC podcast.
Default choice as a captain.
Well,
be said.
perhaps we can get into
Nobody
that later.
else wanted it, and Breville was
Have I
like,
ever? I was captain for the first team, obviously, for quite a long time. Once on a night out, Quigley said to me, "Do you know that season you were captain and you got it for like 5 years? I was supposed to be captain, but I injured my ankle in pre-season. That's the only reason you're captain."
No, I don't
Is that
remember
true?
that.
all,
I don't think
all
that's
these
it.
all these secrets coming out.
Is that
all
true?
the time.
Shit, this
That's
is
not.
awkward.
Um,
Hang on, this is awkward.
But Breville messaged me privately, and it was real,
Yeah,
heartfelt, and he
okay.
said that in order to take this club forward, Bunker needs to go.
This is
Yeah, okay.
He needs to go.
Okay.
We need to
Yeah.
step up
Yeah,
in leadership.
Yeah,
And if you want the role, it's
Yeah,
yours.
yeah.
And I said, well,
yeah. Big shoes.
if I don't, then the club is just going to languish at the
Fold.
bottom.
Yeah.
Fold. Oh, shoot. No. Free kicks are so hard.
Right, I think, let me double check that I'm paranoid. Free kick's a piece of piss, mate.
I don't have many goals, but that's because I was playing
CDM.
fullback.
Yeah, but that's because you can't kick it hard enough to make it go.
I've been playing fullback.
Yeah. Not many. You couldn't really scoop it in, could you?
Yeah, can't scoop.
Right, where were we?
Yeah.
Can't toe punt it in. I wasn't allowed on the downs. I wasn't allowed in the opposition half.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, dear.
That was my instruction was
Yeah.
Bugs, don't go past the halfway line.
Yeah.
That's true.
Effort.
And look where we are now, thanks to that.
Where we are
instruction.
now.
Right, yeah, where were we? So we've had a bit of a break.
Had a comfort break, haven't we?
These guys are getting a bit older, so they need to go
We've all had a
to the toilet
fag.
every
Yeah,
couple of
bladder's
minutes.
not what it once was.
Yeah. So we were talking about the second game, Old Sudbury.
Yeah. So we lost. Can you remember the score? I can. Obviously.
No.
That's mostly because
No.
I think I remember being humped. Did we get humped?
Nah,
got humped.
yeah, but we were in it for ages. It was 1-0
Yeah.
after an hour.
Yeah. We lost 7-1.
Yeah, 7-1.
Oh, did we?
So we were 16-2 down on aggregate on our first
Oh.
two games.
Yeah, that was a problem. I remember, honestly, I remember sat in
Yeah.
the pub thinking, because I pushed the move. That was,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I pushed it. I
Yeah.
remember sat there thinking,
Yeah.
I fucked this
Yeah,
up.
you might have made a mistake.
Yeah.
I've killed the club.
It wasn't. It wasn't long after that we picked up a couple of results.
It's how I felt at the time. Honestly, I remember.
Yeah.
We recruited, though, didn't we?
So that was the game that Harry
Yeah. he
got
did,
injured.
didn't
We
I-
were
I-
1-1 for ages, and then Harry got injured.
I remember
and-
he hurt his knee,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, I think I can carry on."
he? Yeah.
And then he gets up, and then he's down 10 minutes later.
Well,
literally.
it's such a shame with him because he'd have fit in how we're
Oh,
playing now.
yeah.
So bad, wasn't it?
Lovely player.
Yeah, one of the best line players probably, isn't he?
Yeah.
So 7-1. That was a beauty.
You were in
Who
goal.
scored? I was in goal. Was I? Yeah. I enjoyed that game.
I think he got lobbed a few times in that game because of the wind.
I think Robert
You need
scored.
to wash your mouth.
I think Sam.
It's all coming back to you now.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you can remember
It was
everything.
actually we were 1-1 down, and it was 6 consecutive
Lobs, yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah. Brimble came run out with a ball at his feet.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Was our first win the Hartcliffe game?
No, we beat I think Tormarton 2-1.
Okay.
We drew against Ulverston. But by October we picked up a couple of results.
Yeah, because that we mentioned Hartcliffe before
Yeah,
we
yeah.
started recording, but I remember that when I looked at the league table, that was the most
Yeah.
intimidating thing I saw. That we were
Yeah.
going to be away to Hartcliffe. I
They
remember thinking,
they humped
Jesus.
us 6-0 at home.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was yeah. It was really weird because I do think of people thought we were going away to Hartcliffe. They thought they were going to get beaten up, but they're actually most of them were stoned.
They
Yeah.
were
very
not.
nice.
Well,
They weren't from there. Though.
That was my favourite game of the first season.
Yeah.
I know we
Yeah.
won, but I remember we had all 11 of the first team were in training that week,
Yeah,
and we worked on the 3-5-2.
yeah.
And I played in goal. We worked on it.
Mm,
I asked the players, how do you think about this? And they were bought into it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember we then just executed it on the
Yeah.
game. It was amazing.
Goal scorers, who were they on the day?
Oh, I can't remember that. I remember getting lobbed on my line.
I put money. I bet on Al being on the score sheet.
I think Jason. I think
Mo scored.
I got an assist.
Old Mo scored.
Old Mo scored, yeah.
I
So we joined by that point. Old Mo,
yeah.
wasn't he?
I'm not. I know. might sound like a bit of a selfish twat, but we were drawing. Then I came off the bench. I don't know if anyone else remembers the game the same way as I do.
But
wasn't
I
there?
don't think many people refer to it as a selfish twat.
No,
but,
not at all.
It was, an impact sub.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah.
Big
Yeah.
old impact.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
totally,
you
yeah.
say you're selfish. I take credit for that.
Yeah,
So you basically came on and grabbed the game by the scruff
yeah.
of its
I
neck.
took the game and went, it's me and you now.
So that was a pivotal moment in Lions history, basically.
Yeah, and the rest is history.
The
And
fa-
now we're top of the senior
And
division.
then-
You're welcome.
I mean, we're basically we're on the verge of
Both
Champions
get
League and all
medals,
sorts.
yeah.
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 That
So
was wicked because I remember thinking that would be the worst one, and it was one of the games we won.
They were very nice as well.
Yeah, one of the blokes
Lovely
puking
guys.
on the sidelines. That was good.
I don't know what if you've got games coming up in your notes there. Sorry, mate, but I know another memorable game that first season was Harris and Sean's first game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was up at Sunnyfields as well, but in that leafy,
Yeah.
shitty pitch
Well,
on the side.
yeah, that was. I was in goal for that game as well. So
Was
we
that
had,
Iron Acton? Or
yeah, we had a few landmarks. So Mo joining's a big landmark
Yeah.
because he.
Yeah,
took the level on a bit.
yeah.
Then
indeed.
them two coming in gave us some
Yeah.
knowledge at that level.
Level,
Of football.
yeah,
But-
because they dropped down from
Well,
Mangotsfield, didn't
Yeah. Between the first game in Brimsham and Christmas, we picked up Beard.
Beard played on the downs.
Yeah, but like as a first team regular.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I see.
And Mo, Harris,
Yeah, and
Sean.
Sean.
Yeah.
And then we got Ben in to keep. I know he didn't last long, but
No, he was.
when he was
in
like
and
a
out,
good keeper,
Yeah,
wasn't he?
yeah.
Oh, sorry, Big Ben.
Ben Williams.
Big Ben in
Yeah.
goal.
Yeah,
So we
Larry did. Larry sorted that. Keeper
Yeah.
was a problem, but I was in goal a lot.
Yeah, because of
Well, and it's not
'cause
great when you're trying to manage, is it really?
Liam just didn't want to know, did he? In the end,
Yeah. Yeah. So we did it. By the end of the season, we had like a squad of much more resembling, I think, what we've got.
yeah.
It is good though. Like I had all those years of not having away games. I love the away games now.
So do I. Yeah.
Have you got a favourite place you like to go, or at least?
Eh,
Don't want to be too rude, but
No,
My favourite one's Ulverston.
well, mine is
Mainly
that.
because we absolutely fucking smashed them.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have very good memories of that game at Ulverston when
I
And
turned.
you were like
I
Cat
was
Phil.
injured, and I turned up, and I looked at you, and you went.
yeah. yeah.
I was like,
Is that the one where I subbed you off at half time and people booed?
Yeah.
Where you weren't very because you asked.
I was it.
You
I
were
was
not
like,
very
I
well.
was
yeah,
quite ill.
yeah.
but,
You played right back, didn't you?
You and Mo were absolutely tearing them.
Yeah.
We went 3-0 up.
And I think Dan Jones then came off, didn't he?
Yeah.
That game.
We've had every time we played there, like we played them
Yeah.
off the park so much, and
Yeah.
they were faking injuries and all
Yeah.
sorts. Weren't they?
Well,
Well,
the next time we played up there, the season after, we won 6-0.
yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
passed them to a standstill at home as well. They
And they
just,
just had the lovely club. Ryan's mum came to watch that
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, that was right,
great,
yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
yeah.
My-
But we stayed in there. We felt guilty. It all fucked off home up there. We were still
My favourite pitch that we've since I know it's still we talk about recently.
Like in
As
terms of the actual
Actual
grass.
surface
Yeah,
and
yeah.
facilities and stuff
Yeah.
has been Henbury.
Yeah, Henry was amazing. wasn't
Yeah.
Honestly, that
It was like a little oasis. You go
yeah,
through
yeah,
a pretty
yeah.
rough area.
If you take AstroTurfs out of the picture and all these like sort of brand new leisure centres and stuff, you're looking at that Henbury pitch was like a fucking carpet. We had we wore a
amazing.
kit for a new kit for the first
New
time.
kit, you were late.
Yeah, it was Thursday night.
I like Summerdale. I think pitch-
Somerville's good, yeah, in pre-season and that. We haven't
Yeah.
ever played a team there in a league game.
It's
have we?
Somebody else handy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ulverston's good.
The only problem is, during like January, sometimes the posts are underwater,
Yeah.
Yeah.
up to the crossbars.
Yeah.
It was recently, wasn't
I mean,
Yeah.
you wouldn't want to play for fries, would you? Because no
No.
games ever be on.
it? Yeah.
No, it's not like now. Like,
Yeah, you don't even
Little
get free
Stoke- No, I
chocolate
wouldn't.
anymore, do you?
well, yeah, Little Stoke's like a superpower for us, isn't it?
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Because like you say, we were talking about this earlier. We're just confident the game's going to be on tomorrow, even though it's
Yeah,
been raining
it's
all
really
week.
weird. We had when we had one off because it was
Yeah.
icy. That was really strange.
Yeah.
But that's the first time they.
But that game last week, where
yeah.
obviously it got moved thanks to you to the home fixture.
Yeah.
It was still on.
It was still on, and really, it could easily have
Fine.
been could have been off.
Right.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
But personally, I think
Well,
so.
because of the ice.
Yeah, and then literally as soon as
Oh, you
everyone was
yeah,
warming
sorry.
up on it and running around on it, it started thawing, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
it
yeah,
came
yeah.
it came
Yeah,
slippery.
because both teams were at home that
Yeah,
day.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I remember like jogging across the pitch, thinking, "Oh, this is actually quite."
Yeah.
It just, I think it most of the time it comes down to who owns the pitch. Obviously,
Yeah,
if it's
yeah.
council owned
Yeah.
or
Well,
whatever.
they got full-time groundsmen, haven't they?
Yeah.
And that groundsman, he couldn't give a shit. He's like, yeah, I'll do.
But the
Fine.
thing about that as well is
but
like,
it's still quite good, isn't it?
you-
It's good standard.
what
yeah,
they did
all right,
was
yeah,
that
he
they-
looks after it.
they-
Yeah,
I called them at like midday. Like,
Mm.
can we have a pitch? I was like,
Yeah,
it's fine.
mental.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
He didn't say, "Oh, you're supposed to give me 3 days notice."
Oh,
or anything
yeah.
like that. Just
Nah,
say,
they're
"Look,
good, they're
just
good."
say,
Yeah,
"Do it."
but there are jobs works out there who are
Larry
in
done
charge
well
of
helping
pitches.
us get in there,
Yeah.
didn't he? Because I think that's really worth
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And it was cheaper than the barrel when we
Yeah.
first got there. And it probably still is because a
barrel
barrel would
would've
have had
gone
to
up
increase
as
that.
That has been another important part of sort of elevating,
Yeah.
without being disrespectful to our roots, but
Yeah.
elevating the club.
From a football perspective.
Definitely from a football
But it's
perspective.
nice to know
yeah.
that the game's going to be on. It's not going to be
Yeah.
like some sort of vehicle
Yeah.
failure.
And you got
breaking down.
you got to think as well. During the Downs era, we were training on that sand astro,
Yeah.
weren't
Yeah,
we?
yeah, yeah.
Which is the flattest surface
Yeah,
you
yeah,
could
yeah.
possibly get unless
Then
it's
go-
tarmac,
And then
and then
to
going
the
and play on like
yeah,
rabbit
yeah,
hole
yeah.
or rabbit warren.
Is it too much of a diversion to talk about training?
No, let's do it.
You've brought it up.
Let's do it. Let's
Yeah,
do
well, we could talk about the difference.
it. Yeah.
Well, so I think the numbers is an interesting thing
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
I remember not often, but I remember occasionally going training or being ready to go training and getting a text from you saying, "We can't."
Yeah, I always used to say 8.
So
If there was 8, we could at
yeah.
least have a kick
But I
around.
remember you
Yeah.
texting once or twice, but it was like 4 or 5.
Yeah, yeah.
And I do remember training once with 6 of us.
Yeah,
And we
that was
played-
where a couple of people called off last minute. I remember
And we
it.
played 3 aside for an
Yeah.
hour.
That's madness that was ever like
Yeah.
that.
Well,
yeah.
it's
It was like probably
Yeah.
a hailstone sort of day.
Yeah.
But we just
Yeah.
went out there and played 3 aside.
But like now, if we had a bad turnout, the other week. It was 18.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It's
But-
quite nice.
But that all links all together as the package in terms of like standards. The standards
Yeah,
that we all are keeping, and training is a big part of that. But because people now realise that in both teams, this is if you don't turn up to training, you've already reduced your chances of starting on the weekend.
Yeah, and that ain't like a hard and fast rule, but it's you get better at training.
Yeah, of course you do. You pick up something,
I think-
and also you
Yeah.
you play with people more often. So that
Yeah,
sort
that
of-
for me is an important thing.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
nothing
yeah.
else, you're like,
Yeah.
well, like I actually think at the moment, you did when you did a Resis versus first team.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because the first team hadn't played for ages.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that would really help the Resis.
yeah.
Do you
do-
think so?
It does a little
I
bit.
like-
It does a little bit, but
obviously-
it's not nice to get smashed.
I wouldn't want to get smashed
No.
10-0, but I actually think it'd be nice to almost be like, oh, there's an attacking corner. Could you wait 10 minutes? We're just going to do like,
Yeah.
let's talk through what
This
we're
is
actually
what we're
going to
gonna
do,
do,
and
yeah,
how we're
yeah,
going
yeah.
to do it.
The
Yeah.
only problem is because the gap's getting wider.
Yeah,
That's less and less of a possibility. And it is a problem.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a
I-
nice
I-
problem because the first team are getting so good.
Mm. But
Yeah.
it would be good.
Well, yeah, I mean, the difference is at the moment the first team are finding ways to get results, and the
Yeah.
Resis are where the first team were.
Yeah,
So
they're playing
hopefully-
some decent stuff. without the
hopefully we're
know-how.
not-
Yeah,
they're not
it is-
far
it is-
away.
It's the results
Yeah,
that lack.
and also something that the first team haven't experienced is we would put straight into Division 2.
Yeah,
Actually, you could argue the bottom division in Bristol District is the hardest in terms of competitiveness
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you've got all these brand new teams.
it is very competitive.
Yeah,
can't get
but-
out.
Yeah, yeah.
I-
So
I-
how
I-
many of them are new though? People say it. Is
There's
it,
a
is that
handful.
real?
There's a handful of new, and there are a few. There's the reserve teams
Yeah.
of quite new clubs
Well,
who are on a massive upward.
There's also the problem you've got at the moment. So the league make it too easy to just we ain't got enough players.
Yeah,
There's no consequence to it.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, you get dot the points. You get a 10.
Yeah.
Fine. It's,
Yeah.
It's,
Well, we're struggling because we've not struggling. We're not struggling at all.
mm,
But we've had 2 games called off that are 3-0.
yeah.
Like if they're struggling to get players, it'd have been 8-0.
Mm.
yeah,
We've potentially lost quite a bit of goal
yeah.
difference.
It's true. It's
It
true.
is quite easy to just duck out.
Yeah, it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
You should. There should be more to
But-
it.
Well, I remember. Again, on the Downs, I remember us not doing that, and I definitely
Yeah.
played in a game where we turned up with 10. And we
Yeah.
just
I
just played.
yeah,
I
yeah.
just
never
fought,
wanted
We-
to be that club.
we
We've
lost
never
3-1 or
we've
something like
never called a game
We
off.
had
Have
one.
we?
Not first team. We had one last year.
We had one in the Resis last year, and we were a little bit blindsided by Eid, actually.
Ah, were we?
That was right, wasn't it? Yeah, because we got.
And
Quite,
suddenly there were like 4 or 5 guys who and that was our
Yeah,
fault for not
right.
really anticipating.
yeah. Well, it's something
Probably.
we look at
And
out for this
yeah.
year. But
Yeah.
okay, so we have digressed, which is quite nice. But there's a big jump between Hartcliffe and first team.
I
memory.
was just going to say that training's quite good because we do like actual drills and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
technical stuff.
And
I didn't want to be too nice to Brimble.
No, yeah, exactly.
But, like-
His ego get too big, but it's
Oh, no, it won't.
It's okay.
My
It can't get any bigger.
I don't know if he's mentioned, but he does have some coaching qualifications.
Does he? Yeah.
I've never
You-
mentioned it in
you wait
days,
for
like
B.
hours.
Yeah, Football Manager don't count.
Yeah.
That's a very good point actually,
Yeah.
and
Like, we actually train.
As-
It's like we train.
it's that
We
reciprocal
don't turn up and have a
thing.
kick
Yeah.
around.
There's a
Players
big-
turn up and enjoying it, and so
Yeah.
you're like, all right, so you're engaged with me, and I'm going to engage with you
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
and then I think that's helped.
Big part of it was I stopped playing and I just couldn't get in a team, I guess. But I like to focus my efforts, and I wasn't focusing on what I was going to be doing on a Saturday
Yeah.
playing. So now it's what we're going to do in training.
Yeah,
And it's COVID was massive, wasn't it? Yeah.
yeah,
So that because and I don't want to talk too much on it, on it, but we played a game, and we were talking about this before, where Bunks scored and celebrated, and it was disallowed, like a VAR situation, wasn't it? Yeah,
Who's that?
yeah, you were there. So we played
Roman Glass.
Roman Glass St. George.
Harris had a
Yeah, so
free
2-2 on the AstroTurf.
1-1.
One
But
all.
yes.
Yeah,
You might,
that was my shoulder injury. I came to
I
watch,
cracked my ribs.
and then I said hello to Sean, and it turned out to be his twin brother.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I was like, I didn't know you had a missus.
But we
Yeah, black eyes.
but
Black eyes.
with that game, I remember it was great result. But I remember looking around at the end, and there were like bodies everywhere, like people just led down.
They were very young, very
Yeah.
fit, athletic
But
team.
it took,
they were.
it took so much effort
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
1 point. I remember we
Yeah.
had to do something different. Right? So,
Yeah,
I remember that game well because I hurt my ribs and I couldn't play for a month after. But it was an hour in,
yeah,
and for whatever reason,
the adrenaline got you through.
It just-
a funny COVID memory, as if there is one.
You're doing it again.
It was the last. I think it was the last game before the league was like stopped or whatever. And I was playing for Resi's first team was called off. We didn't
Okay.
have a game, and Cockle was running the team,
Oh, man.
right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
He's
it
a
was
lunatic.
you know what I'm going to say, I think,
Yeah.
and it was like the the motivational chat. To the team and whatever, and he said, "Come on, lads, we need to play well because we all might be dead in a minute."
Yeah, in a minute.
And everyone was like, "Cockle, that's so morbid."
Yeah.
But he was the one who was saying how he believes this is really big, and everyone's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Shut up,
Yeah,
Cockle!"
yeah.
Like, but actually, he was so right. It ended
Yeah.
up being massive, didn't it?
Who knew that Cockle was a soothsayer?
I know.
Yeah, but with COVID, we that was when, because I remember. So after that Real St. George, I said we got to do something else. Either we
Yeah.
become a pressing team and we just go after everyone,
Yeah.
or we keep the ball. And
Yeah.
figure
Everybody
it-
wanted possession.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we that whole of COVID was just possession drills, possession
Yeah.
drills, possession drills.
Yeah.
It was obsessive, wasn't it? Like,
Yeah. I came back from holiday late in pre-season, and you'd already had a couple of sessions,
Yeah.
and I just thought, like, what the hell? And everybody who I didn't associate that type of football with was knocking the ball around and couldn't believe it.
I
Honestly.
think the other thing during COVID, but from like a more admin and going to league meetings, and they tried to move them online, is just like the fact that we were training constantly,
Yeah.
and as soon as we could, we
Yeah.
did training, socially
Yeah,
distanced
yeah.
training with 6 people.
yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
And then we did socially distanced training with 12 people or whatever. it
I was up at King George for hours because we had
Yeah.
two groups.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that. God,
And then we
that was mental.
we
wasn't it?
trained all year round. We did pre-season friendlies when we were allowed,
Yeah,
and I think that was the
we did loads of them, didn't we?
That was the year when there was we played the second COVID year where we played September to Christmas, and then
Yeah.
the league was cancelled,
Yeah.
and we were back playing pre-season friendlies in like April, May
Yeah.
because we could.
Yeah.
And then we stopped, and then we actually trained all the way through.
We
Didn't we?
carried on
trained
training.
all the
We
way.
haven't
Yeah.
stopped training for about 3 or 4 years now.
But that
We've
Yeah.
not stopped for more than 2
But-
weeks.
loads of clubs
Yeah.
folded or dropped teams.
Yeah,
during that time.
yeah,
There was
yeah.
like a big people, and it was a real thing about people
Yeah.
enjoying
Yeah.
or liking the time back, which is sort of insane. to
Yeah,
me.
I think
Yeah,
it's one of the only things where Lion having not a huge infrastructure
area.
behind it
Yeah.
and catchment area and
Yeah.
whatever has been to our advantage because we haven't got massive costs to pay.
No.
No.
Loads of people
Well,
hanging
we've
about.
managed to recruit a lot of people that have moved to Bristol.
Yeah, it's true.
And they feel like they fit in because everyone else has
Yeah.
moved to Bristol.
Yeah. The ad is just like You feel like you don't fit
Come
in?
in.
Come to
Yeah.
that.
Are you a loner?
Yeah.
Are you looking for male
You
company?
have fuck all friends, eh?
Just a picture of Pat. Like, I'm all of
We
them.
should be targeting people who've been kicked out of their hometowns
Yeah.
for some
Been to
reason.
prison recently?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come and play.
Yeah,
Oh,
now it's
dear.
getting a bit easier to recruit the good ones as well. Isn't it?
Yeah, but yeah, form does that, you see, and league table position and all
Yeah.
the rest of it.
Yeah.
Like there was a time where people were like, "Oh, who do you play for then?" I'm like lying, and they're like, "Oh, you know."
Yeah.
And now they're like, "Oh, you're in senior
Yeah,
division, aren't you?"
Well, I had a text.
People have been coming up to me at the league meetings
Have they?
a couple of times. Oh,
Oh, yeah, have they?
yeah.
Asking for your signature as
My
well.
number. Yeah. No.
They want to
Nice.
play the Legends in a friendly.
Well, yeah. Do get a bit of that. But like they're like, oh, you're doing alright, aren't you? And
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, nice.
In fairness, when we went up, I did get a few like, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
sort of
well,
stuff.
we
And,
had-
like clubs who've been around a bit longer.
Yeah.
We had a message off. Remember Justin Jones? So he come back a couple of times.
Yeah, with his lad.
Yeah. So he knows
yeah.
Gillard and all that, and he messaged me this week saying, "Wow, you got a big game in February against Bedminster. Like I've been following them.
Oh, nice.
I've been following the team on the
Yeah.
website. Like,
Sweet.
you know, keep.
Yeah, he brought his
What's that?
son. He played some. They played a
Yeah,
couple of.
I think they ended up
pre-season
playing
games.
like under 21s or something in the end.
Oh, nice.
Under 18s, I think. And he was managing it. I think that's what happened.
Yeah. Oh,
But yeah,
nice.
but like people were like,
Yeah.
"No, what's happening?" Like,
Yeah.
it is depressing though at the moment. With not depressing, it's mint. But like, first team, you swagger off after slap someone, and then you go to work on Monday, and no one gives a shit.
No one gives a shit.
No.
No.
Now that no one works in the office,
No.
it used to be like you go into the office,
Yeah.
everyone was there, and someone
Oh,
didn't care.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
No.
Yeah, it's so true. You just think that's like one of the pinnacles of my week, and to think no one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
I
you know?
don't get to talk about the games until training.
Yeah.
And then you get all excited.
Yeah. I talked to my boss. Asked me about it. And I think he's just being polite, but
No one at work.
but barely no one gives a
Yeah.
shit. No.
Yeah. Can we discuss our last game in the first COVID year? Bristol
was it?
Barcelona.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
Do we?
Do you not?
I
Do you
do.
actually? Are you kidding?
Yeah, you do.
Oh, was this the
Fucking
4-1 where the
we
semi-pros?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
I mean, you were like,
Yeah,
these riggers, you
He
got
came-
these
we had Kieran Quigley come back. That was the only thing we had.
Yeah.
No, we had
Seamus.
Seamus.
Seamus, but he
Yeah.
was signed on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
doesn't
but
matter.
they were like, yeah, but in fairness, he played for 2 games, and that's what they accused him. Oh, he's
Yeah.
not been here long. And
Yeah.
we were like, yeah, he's signed off.
But we were like 3
We, were
1
sla-
up.
we
He
slapped
kept-
him into oblivion.
He came
Yeah.
off the bench and played the last 10 minutes and
Yeah.
scored. We did. Al got a hat trick, didn't he? Damien punched him.
Yeah, Damien.
Was that game? Was it?
Yeah, got
Epic,
yellow for,
epic.
for assaulting someone.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
good, isn't it?
So we signed him.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we signed him. Yes, I forgot.
Keen.
I remember walking off to the changing room, and even though I'd spoken to the manager before in the line
Yeah.
shirt, he definitely knew I wasn't a ringer. And there's loads of people there that
So we played.
We literally all
He said-
all wearing these hoodies.
he said to me that I've seen you I've seen you play for Chippenham. I was saying, no, you haven't. I've been to Chippenham
Yeah.
once.
Yeah, but
It's really-
also we share a ground with you.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just play it.
Yeah. We just make it
It's
up.
one of those ones where sometimes people like their manager I've spoken
Yeah.
to loads like at various things. He's always really nice, but
Yeah, two-faced.
sometimes
Yeah.
in that 90 minutes, people are
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolute
He-
monsters.
He's a face that is sort of synonymous with this
Yeah.
this level, I think.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It happens, though, doesn't it? Like, think about Hannum recently.
Yeah.
With us being charged, we end up getting like it let go or whatever, rescinded. And
Yeah,
they said
phenomenal.
we played too many subs. Like, well,
Yeah.
we kept. Firstly, there were only 5 subs made in the whole game.
Yeah.
We only named 4, so we can't possibly have
Yeah.
made 6.
No.
Well, they just said we'd played at least 6.
6 subs.
At least.
How would you get? Yeah. How
With
do you
many
get away with
more-
that?
With many more waiting to
Yeah.
come on.
No. People in Hannum can't count.
That's going out.
Shit.
Do we have lots of
Hannum-
followers in Hannum?
Hannum's lovely this time.
It's
of
a
year.
lovely place.
Lovely.
Beautiful,
Time of
beautiful.
year!
Yeah, it's
Well, February.
Loads
Yeah.
lots of stuff going
Loads
on.
of places of
Oh,
historic
beautiful.
interest.
The Lidl is particularly nice.
Particularly
Yeah,
nice,
yeah.
Yeah,
Close them down.
we've got a nice road.
You do.
Nice,
You do.
yeah.
The Blue Bowl.
It's doggy.
I tell you what's an interesting one that you mentioned before that I definitely want us to talk about, and hopefully you've got your notes with you. Disciplinary. And can I before we move on to
Yeah.
yours, can we just before your time, we had to be re-elected into the league because of our disciplinary record when I was the manager. One of them was me getting sent off,
Sent it off. Yeah.
but like dissent and everything.
Yeah, that's the other. But earlier when I said, on the Downs there was loads more draws.
Yeah.
The games were tighter. There was loads more.
Yeah.
Bookings and sent
Yeah.
offs.
They put refs on the Downs used to let you kneecap someone, but
Yeah.
if you turn around and say ref, that was too much, you get booked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My memory is it was only we had like 5 refs, and we had the same refs.
Yeah.
So they'd ref you 6, 7, 8 times
Yeah,
a year. But there was a lot of bookings. I looked at one year the other day, and there was 15 yellows and 5 reds in one.
God, we just don't.
In what?
in one team for one season. I felt.
Oh, I thought you meant one game.
Well, that sounds awesome.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, one game.
5 reds.
Well, we had a spate of red cards last year, which were, a lot of them were a bit dubious, but we didn't really get many
Yeah.
bookings. And
No.
Well,
It's usually
the
dissent.
first team have. Right.
A lot.
Let me consult my.
Hmm.
So look, do you want to play a game? Do you
Oh,
wanna-
go on, yeah, I'm
a
up for a
little
game.
Go on.
Little game.
Go.
This game is called Can You Name... It's got a catchy name. Can you name all the players that have received red cards since we moved from the Bristol
not me
Downs
then,
League to the
I'm
Bristol District?
Okay, and how many are there in total?
There are 8.
8. Wow,
8
first time
reds.
reserves.
But that's 8 reds in 5
No,
years.
but I didn't.
First and reserves.
Yeah, I didn't
First
think
and
it'd be that
And
many.
5 of those were the first team in the same season.
Yeah. Okay,
Right.
so those ones are probably
So-
Harris, Ross.
Beard.
Did
Okay.
Beard get sent off?
Beard's been sent off, hasn't
Correct.
he? Yeah.
Harris, Ross, Beard.
Dan Thompson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good knowledge.
Wow, did he?
Yeah, 2 yellows.
Vague memory of
yellows.
vague memory of a conversation with him about it. Did Al get sent off?
Yeah, against Puckle,
Al,
did he?
Al must have got sent off.
Yeah.
He elbowed someone because we were losing.
Of course.
Yeah, that sounds like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Diego Costa.
It's alright, he won't get elbowed anymore. Not before Barry.
Yeah. Well, he's got his comeuppance.
He deserved one to the face, didn't he? To be fair.
Yeah. So you've got Al, Harris, Beard, and Ross, and Dan the goalie. So you're missing 3.
Callum being sent off?
No,
No.
1 first team, 2 resis. If that helps. 1 first team in a game we should definitely discuss because it was sensational.
Sensational.
Yeah, I
was it?
wasn't playing. I nearly had a heart attack.
Oh, yeah,
My-
Tormel.
My
Tormel.
tall man.
Oh fuck.
That was
my,
sensational.
my resting heart rate.
Yeah,
was
yeah, that
200
madness.
to 200 beats per
Yeah,
minute.
that was the highlight of last year.
Mm.
That game.
You're missing 2 for the resi. Shall I put you out of your
Yeah,
misery?
just do it. Yeah.
John.
Oh, of course, I was there. I was managing that
Oh,
game.
John White. Yeah. God.
I remember because we were like.
He's always had a card in him.
It was violent conduct
Yeah,
after 12
But
minutes.
he said to me, he'd come off to me, and I was managing, I was taking over whoever it was for a day.
Yeah.
And he come off, he went, oh, didn't even touch him. I went, you're a prick, get off.
Well, yeah,
Violent conduct
that
after
was
12
another
minutes.
game. This is a pattern where I moved to centre back
Yeah.
halfway through the game.
And
The other one,
Yeah.
Pat McGovern.
Really?
Yeah.
He got sent off for what? Was
What
that
for?
the
Was he in goal? And
For being too popular with the ladies. The ref said
no,
he gotta go.
he had Chris back at hand to
Gotta
let
go.
him fine.
No.
So they sent him off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight red it was.
clean front goal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last man.
Bit
Last
on
man.
it. Did you say
Last
bit
man.
on it?
I don't. I
Yeah, I think it's
obviously
bitten, yeah.
the Reddies.
Yeah. Last man.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's.
But that's 8 reds in 5 seasons, and 5 of them were first team the same
yeah, no,
season.
a couple of them were not.
And so that means, yeah,
A few of them in the same incident, weren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
in 4 out of 5 years, the first team haven't had a red card.
So eight red cards in how many seasons?
5.
Yeah,
2
4
teams.
against Puckle Church last year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I mean, that's an anomaly, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's strange. But in that year, where there were all those reds, the Resis only got 1 yellow the entire season. What a lovely bunch of guys.
Yeah, that's
Finished
the
bottom.
problem.
Yeah, that is a problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
No one's flying in for
That's
tackles.
Sam
and
Bennett's tenure.
no one's
Such a
telling
nice
telling
guy.
referees to fuck off. And
No dissent. Yeah, top yellows, I'll tell you, in that time is a Beard and Al.
how many they had each?
To be fair,
5 each.
Really?
It's not loads,
only
but
5.
yeah.
Oh, it feels
Feels
like
Feels like
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
more, doesn't it?
Plus 20 warnings each on
And-
top of that.
Honourable mention to Escort, who managed to get 4 in 1 season, 3 for dissent. So well done.
Yeah.
Honourable
He
mention.
used to get good numbers in goals.
yeah.
Oh
But
shit.
we're quite, yeah.
I had a red. How many yellows? I had a red for fighting.
Well,
How
I've
many
only been,
yellows?
I've never been booked. But
That's big.
I think I got 2. I got one in the Downs in that game that Sam Roberts scored in, because it was really wet and people were sliding around. Stupid.
Yeah.
And then
Centre midfield, that's right.
Yeah.
I got sent off for saving.
Did you send get sent off? Did you?
I got saved.
Did you?
Yeah, we were
on the Downs.
Yeah, we were 4-2 down.
Oh yeah,
And
that's
it was Brown.
Surely I was there.
It was a first team game, so you would have been there.
Oh,
but I handballed it on the line, and I just saved it. It was instant.
Was it a good save?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, well, solid. Yeah.
Brown didn't say I saved it, and I got sent off.
Hi, this is Luke Brimble. Please leave your name and a message after the beep.
Hi, Brims, Tommy. First time caller, long time listener. If anyone doesn't know, I am the guy who captained the Resi to the quarter-finals of the Cup this season. It's not actually the reason I'm ringing. That I presume there's a 4-parter coming on that at some point, so keep your eyes out for that one. I'm actually ringing about our tour this season. On the 8th of June, we will be taking on FC Pudsey in God's Country. Huge game. I did play 18 times for these guys. We won twice, not to be taken lightly. And luckily enough, we've actually managed to plan a full weekend around the game. So on the Friday, hopefully for those who are coming in the afternoon, we should have time to see the Asda headquarters in the for the UK in the centre of Leeds. Before obviously taking on FC Pudsey on the Saturday in the inaugural Ackroyd Cup. Love a cup run. And then we're taking on the Otley Run in the evening, which will separate the men from the boys, I'm sure. And for anyone who is struggling to convince their partners that this is a worthwhile trip, don't worry, we have planned a full Wensleydale factory tour on the Sunday for all your souvenirs. So get yourselves booked into the hotels for all the listeners out there. It's going to be a big one, so keep your eyes peeled, keep your ears peeled, and up the line. See you there.